shows, I've got many things of value to share with you. And so I want to kind of do almost like daily broadcasts, daily sharing information. I've got all these different daily course I'm giving. I'm doing, today I'm doing anything about the subconscious mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you about the subconscious mind. I'm really going to go into the in-depth of the transformation and what it did and how it happened, that I went from like the lowest of lows to the highest of highs in my life. And so what does that journey look like? So maybe I'll be doing some interviews in this podcast. I'm sure I probably will. However, I'll really be going deep into the psychology of the mind. It's actually not even the right word. It's the infinite intelligence. So think of your mind as a castle. And inside that castle is your entire universe, your entire existence. And your consciousness is the shell, is the protective barrier to keeping that in connection. I'm a little bit kind of nervous this morning, I guess. So bear with me, please. So this is going to be my opportunity to really share with you how significant you are and how effortless opportunities and people in your life can be just with the right mindset. So this isn't so much of a lesson learned where I'm going to take you on different modalities to achieve success. This is more having the knowledge so that you have the understanding of what that success is. And then in my mastermind, I'll give you the tools and systems, and in a sense, like a platform of how you'll be able to go ahead and achieve that success. Because that's your best revenge, is massive success. So I really want to go over some real key elements here of why this course is so significant, why I think for you it will be a very valuable time just to hear what I have to share. So if you're in your car driving to work, or if you're at home just relaxing, listen to this podcast, I really want to go into what the key elements here, and I like to use a 369. That's a Nikola Tesla. He said, if you understand the 369, if you understand the vibrations of the universe, the energy, okay, it all happens in this 369 kind of theory. So we're going to go over 9 theories of why the subconscious mind is your quantum leap into success. Once you can understand and tap into this 90% and maybe bring in 8% or 2% into your consciousness additional, that's when you have that transformation. That's when you really have leaps and bounds in your prosperity, in your abundance, in your avalanche of attracting wealth, maybe the right soulmate, your twin flame. I will explore other things about what past life regression is. Everybody's so fearful of past life regression. It's a tool. It's a process that helps you understand your blocks in today, in the present moment. So I'm just going to really start to share with you all these amazing, valuable things. Another thing I want to share with you is this great book, Self-Hypnosis by Dr. John Kappas. So I'm big into peak performances, okay? This book is great for any athlete, for anybody trying to achieve success in any realm of your life, whether it be finances, whether it be education, a better memory, you want better processing of a knowledge, of understanding. This is the book you want to get, okay? Self-hypnosis is the key to, well, it's athletic success. However, in here, he uses that mindset from like boxers and runners and really there's top elite people that you can learn from. So why do we have the Kobe Bryants of the world? Why do we have the Mike Tysons? It's because of this self-hypnosis. That's why I became a clinical hypnotherapist. That's why I did my deep research and I figured out what school did Dr. Joe Dispenza go to? And I went to that school. This book is phenomenal. This book takes you from A to Z of the understanding of becoming supernatural, becoming the best version of you. This book right here is just awesome. We'll cover this book. Another book that I really want to get into. This was the book. This was well, besides when I was 17, I read a book called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. That book, by far, at 17 years old, gripped my life. Really put such an imprint in my mind of the power of positivity. Not motivation, positivity. Yes, that there alone is that's your answer to everything. That's your answer to finding the right soulmate, having a positive mindset, not having that negative response or that negativity. Oh, what about this? Or that doubt or that fear. Your positivity about your job or about starting a side hustle. Positivity about approaching life in general in whatever the 1,000 events that happen in your life. This book, that's The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. If you get that book, start there, because that book there, I used to have a collection of Norman Vincent Peale books, and over my life of many transitions and evolutions in my life, it's somewhere. But I remember the first book I got, my dad gave it to me, and I remember it was so transformative that I gave it to a friend of mine. And I wish I remember to this day who I gave it to. I wish I never gave it to that person, because he didn't deserve it. First of all, nice guy, don't get me wrong. He didn't deserve it because that was my book that my dad gave me. And I'd put notes in there and I shared with him because it was so transformative for me. I want to share it with him. And maybe it made him a better person. I really don't care. That's not the point. The point is that don't give your books away. These are sacred. They are sacred, yes. And you need to hold on to them. Do not share your books. But let me tell you why. People will not read the books you give to them. I don't care who you are. I'm not here to candy coat the situation. If they're going to read a book, let them go buy the book themselves, okay? So they can make their notes and put all the different things, all the different highlights, everything in there. But keep your book to you. Make it yours. Oops. So my books to me are very valuable. I don't share. I'll share the content and the book that I'm reading. I'm not sharing my book anymore. So I got that out of my system. This journey that we're going to go on, the awaken, okay, is really about you tapping into, okay, not just the subconscious, which is your infinite intelligence, which is the source, okay, from the creator, but tapping into God himself, or the hybrid God. You know, we are designed in his image. The understanding the subconsciousness is really tapping into the prime source, the master of the universe, the creator of the universe, the providence. Whatever these words are coming to my mind, this is what this is, awakening is all about, is really going deep into the journey, your hero's journey of tapping into the prime source, the source of the metaverse, your universe, everything around you. So let me go over 9 key benefits of this podcast, of this session, okay, that we're going to be sharing. And this is going to benefit you because one of them is faith and quantum power. Okay, so yes, it is about your faith in yourself, faith in the creative universe, faith in mankind, faith in doing the right thing. Okay, so it's exploring the connection between faith and the quantum potential of the subconscious mind. Once you can teach yourself through self-hypnosis how to tap into infinite intelligence in the subconscious mind, that castle, okay, that's when you have quantum growth, quantum leaps of success. Okay. Second, tapping into infinite intelligence. I kind of really just said that. However, I just want you to know that how you access infinite intelligence is within. So I used to think everything was out there. I used to think success, happiness, joy. Even though God was out there in heaven somewhere on his throne in heaven, and and I could go by his feet and worship him. No, 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 no. It's within. You are the vessel, you're the temple. So we're going to be blending ancient wisdom with modern science because it's all his. It's all his. It all belongs to him. And I call him God. I call him the master. I call him the creator. When I've been in deep prayer meditation, that's when I really started. I spend hours in meditation and prayer. He's given me two names. He gave me the name Al, E-L. He said, I'm Al. I'm like, oh, okay, Al, E-L. And then also, that's the word he gave me. I saw it. He didn't really tell me. It's hard to explain. And then the other realm, the other time I was in deep meditation and prayer, he made me on my yellow notepad. He didn't tell me his name. He made me write it down. It was 4 syllables. Write it down. So something had automatic, spontaneous, free flowing control over my hand and my mind. And I wrote down these 4 letters on my yellow notepad because I'd have the Dead Sea Scrolls online. Actually, I learned Hebrew, so I started translating the Dead Sea Scrolls. I had like a journal and documents in front of me, and I'd do all the studying and really deep dive into just existence itself. And that was a crazy thing that happened. So he told me 2 of his names. It all means one, but it's him. But he's known as this and he's known as that, but it's him. It's just amazing. So I'm not trying to get you confused. I'm just trying to share with you my journey, and then you can piece together what that looks like for you. Okay. So what is quantum subconscious? It's the role of the subconscious in creating daily and achieving personal transformation. So it's like your new chapter, your new testament, your new covenant, your new journey, and what that looks like for you. So you're going to take all this information, all of this opportunity, all this knowledge, and all of this experience into you. Keep it here. Your aura, through Dr. John Kappas, your aura is actually your mind. It's all the things in there coming out here. The reason I believe Dr. John Kappas so much is because when I studied him, it made so much sense. That was the big aha moment for me. Like, wow, what our aura is either negative or positive. So if your mind is positive, right, not motivated, if your mind is positive, what's your aura? Positive. Your energy is positive. If your mind is negative and corrupt, what's your aura? What's the energy that you're exerting? What's your vibration? It's negative. So that's your whole being, which is number 3, is your quantum subconscious. Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little bit nervous this morning, so forgive me. I just want to have a sip of my water. Maybe because I'm like opening up the floodgates now and sharing with you my transformation. I'm not just educating you, I'm just sharing with you a lot of things of value right now. My early life, I grew up on a small island in the Cabo Verde called Ela do Sol, Land of Salt. We lived in Espartago, but we always, in the beginning, we lived in Santa Maria. My first language was English, but then it became Portuguese because the island was a Portuguese kind of Creole slang Portuguese. And so at the age of 5, I was like fluent in Creole. That's all I would speak because that was the local. That's where we lived in Santa Maria. And my mother brought me back to South Africa so I could learn English again and get acclimated to, a modern life instead of walk around, half naked or sometimes naked on the beach because you didn't have, back in those days, it was safe and okay. There weren't too many qualms about it. Okay. The 4th key benefit we're going to learn in this course. And I'm going to marry and merge this into the mastermind, but that's really where I teach you modalities. I teach you ideas and tricks and trades to business and how to succeed from this foundation. is the science behind the awakening. So this is where we do a deep dive into how quantum mechanics and consciousness intertwine to awaken untapped potential. So that's when you learn to play the piano faster, if you've got school exams or tests, how to retain that knowledge. I'm not saying you'll have a photographic memory. What I am saying is that you'll be able to retention, that knowledge better. My favorite is faith. Faith in myself, faith in the master of the universe, the creator of the universe, okay? That's your catalyst. And how belief and faith and acts of essential forces for unlocking the mind's hidden power. There's so much going on here. And the reason I know there's so much going on here is because when I've done my clients through clinical hypnotherapy, so I'm conversing with the subconscious mind. It's almost like we're all one. We're all one. So even though I have this client or that client, or this client's dealing with a presenting issue of, wanting to lose weight or chronic pain or whatever it may be, or peak performance, the subconscious in all of us is one. It's kind of like the same infinite, it's the same knowledge. It's the same. Yet we're in different avatars. So when I speak to, I'm just using this as names. When I'm speaking to Robert, he's an avatar, but with the same infinite knowledge that you can tap into as Jack over here. Different avatar. Avatar meaning body, like a shell, like a temple. The body's a temple, by the way. Okay. Number 6, practical techniques, which, yes, we're going to share a lot of why Joseph Murphy is so amazing. Another great author that we're going to get into is Neville Goddard. Wow. Neville Goddard is extraordinary, and I will definitely get to Neville Goddard. I'm surprised I didn't even bring that up, so I'm glad there's another. There are techniques and the styles that they have. Okay. Number 7 is providence and the mind. So understanding how providence, the source, the prime source, the creator, okay, of divine guidance, plays a role in our transformative journey. So how we'll get into this, but when you understand that it's called the RAS, when you understand that you've got like this crystal antenna in your brain, I know it sounds just unbelievable and it just sounds so amazing. When you tap into that antenna receives messages, it receives a revelation, it receives just this genesis. You're like, wow. So when you think you know everything, all of a sudden you get this download or this dump of just like other information that you just didn't realize. That's the providence of the mind. That's the key right there. So number 8, quantum energy and healing. Well, healing, I'm going to be careful with that word. Think of it as mending, think of it as helping. Okay, so how that energy helps with a discussion on how the quantum energy the principles can be used for mental and emotional help. So in human beings, there's no such thing as perfection. Nobody's perfect. Yes, the prime source, God, is perfect. The universe is perfect. But it's insane to think that you are perfect. Because there's no such thing. Now you can believe in being excellent. Yes, absolutely, excellent. I love to use Kobe Bryant as an example. Mike Tyson, Rob Dyrdek, Robert Kiyosaki, Sabri Subi, Alex Hormozi, Dr. Joe Dispenza. They're excellent human beings by far. And the net worth is way more than than most people we know. There's some amazing other people as well. So I'm kind of getting to the end of my session here that I want to discuss with you. Let's do number 8 and 9 quickly, okay? So, sorry, we've done number 8. Let's do number 9. So number 9, creating your new reality. Okay. So this has all come from my life experiences. Okay. And how I'm going to show you how to leverage your new reality into existence and the power of your faith and quantum consciousness to manifest your desired outcomes in your present generous moment. Sure, forget. I'm just thirsty. Maybe there's some anxiousness about what I'm sharing with you. Um, about please get this book. Get an old copy. Get a cheap copy. Go get a PDF copy. This is where you're going to create your new reality. When I was living in a meth trailer, no power, no water. Of course, I ran an extension cord to make sure I got power to the camper. But it's the mindset where I was at that time. I was so destitute. I was so bad. I felt so rejected that it was this book. It was this guy, Joseph Murphy and Neville Goddard. There's a few others. Dr. Joe Dispenza, uh, uh, David Lupin, to mention a few. These individuals really gave me an upper hand. They elevated me because I was so down and out. I felt so rejected. I'd lost. I've gone through divorce, and it's my fault. I literally I my responses, my behaviors were not correct. I could have been a better person. I could have responded more maturely. What is going on prior to the new Kevin Dutoit, the elevated, the shedding I've now shedded. Of course, there's more shedding to it. There's more breakthroughs that I can have. I was amazing, but I was a good person. However, a lot of my responses were very elementary, very childish, because I was allowing that wild child inside of me to take over my responses. So it had authority over how I responded to certain situations. Because my life over decades had become habitual to my childhood trauma. And we all have, I'm going to put this away. We all have childhood trauma. All of us. We all go through tough, hard times. Yes, I know it sucks. Yes, I know it's sad. I know it's not good, but it's all about love. And if it wasn't for me understanding the mind, it wasn't about, now it's all about human, now I understand human behavior. But at that time when I was having panic attacks, I had anxiety. I was confused. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was a quitter. I was always just running away. I was always self-sabotaging myself. I was doing so many things to damage myself, to hurt myself in so many negative ways that it wasn't serving me. There was no benefit in my behavior. It was very negative. So I kept blocking. I kept creating my blocks. I kept creating my limiting belief system. I was responsible for all of that. I take all accountability. I even take accountability for the most amazing woman that I was married to because I even botched that up. And she means the world to me today because she's my ex and we have 5 children together. So I honor and respect her because she's sacred. Because that I had 5 children with her. That's no joke. I take this. My kids to me are sacred. They are legends, and they know that. For all that from 6 years old to 25 years old, they know that in my life they are the it factor. They are mega stars. Forget any celebrity. They don't come. My kids come first. Even though I was born in South Africa, I'm an American citizen now. I choose America. Why? Because of my sons. This is my new life now. I will never discount where I came from, because South Africans are possibly some of the most amazing people in the world, and I love them. Three people I love, three kinds of people: Americans, South Africans, and Scottish. I love the Scots. If you're Scottish, you rock, you rule. I love the Scottish. Oh, I love them so much. They're great people. Um, as we come to a little bit of a close now, I will prepare better format and we'll have a lot more fun. I'm just really trying to open up this new journey on a Monday morning to share with you of, once you understand the mind, it changes everything. It changes your behavior. It changes your health. So what you eat, what you drink. I drank a lot, and I used to be a big drinker. I used to drink in my Hollywood days. I used to drink an entire bottle of Black Label Scotch whiskey in a week. I just and sometimes more. It became like a candy to me because I was under so much stress. The only way to escape was, I didn't want to do drugs. Was and trust me, in Hollywood you can get anything and everything. I would just drink Scotch whiskey, Black Label. Now I I am conservative with my drinking. So now I'm more of a wine. Maybe I'll have a beer every now and then on the weekend, but I limit it. I don't overdo it. And now I want to lose weight. I'm now on a 3-day fast, a water fast. Well, besides my sparkling water, which I love, it's my comfort because I grew up drinking sparkling water in Ilha do Sol in South Africa. I'm on a 3-day fast, which I learned from a friend of mine, Mike. I lost 9 pounds in 3 days. That just shocked me because I've been trying to lose weight my whole life, working out and so forth. And what I realized was I felt much better after the 3 days, after losing 9 pounds. I'm not sure what that is in South African. It's kilos in South Africa. So I'm trying to do the conversion and I'm getting all confused and convoluted. It was magnificent because when your body needs fuel, it will start to eat itself. I mean, in a positive way. So it will start to eat dead cells. It'll start to eat fat that it's been storing. Okay. Now I know I haven't gone there yet. I'm doing this incrementally. I want to do 3, then eventually in the near future 4. Eventually, I want to build up to like a 7-day fast. Some do 20. There's like up in California, you can do a 21-day water fast. I can't even imagine, but it's reality. That does exist. That's why I feel so good, and I just feel so much healthier. So we've got a minute yet to go, and maybe I will extend these videos longer for this podcast. I'm just really trying to set a foundation. There will be more books, especially from Neville Goddard, but this book here, Self-Hypnosis: The Key to Athletic Success by Dr. John Kappas this is awesome. This is my practice. I deal with a lot of clients that want peak performance. This book here is a must-have. Becoming Super. This is a must-have. It's a must-have. It's a big book, but let me tell you what. The takeaways, the meditation techniques, it's just awesome. You can see how I highlight and I scribble and I draw all over my books. That's why I don't share my books. They're mine. They're sacred. And this book, get any copy, old, updated, new. The older probably the better because it's more authentic. There's not too many translations added to it. Buy it and read this book because it really blew my mind. Another book that I've got up there, that is just actually, that's the book, and I wish it's up there. I'll bring it down in my next session. That's the book. The book is by author Napoleon Hill. No, it's not Think and Grow Rich, but it's not that book. It's his original first book that nobody talks about, nobody knows. It's just blows my mind. By Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success. It's so powerful. It's so magnificent. If you can get your hands on that book, get that. It's a big. It's about this thick. It's a giant. It's ginormous. It's massive. That was the first book he wrote. It was so big. It was so powerful. It was so impactful that some people, Henry Ford to mention one of them, said he's going to make a condensed version for the average person. So he took a big, thick research book and boom, squeeze it into a nice, acceptable, tolerable book that average person can read. And I love Think and Grow Rich. My son at 11 or 9, I made him read Think and Grow Rich. If you can get your hands on The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, that really is the foundation right there. He really shows you how the Dale Carnegies, the Rockefellers, how these people became so uber successful back then. Well, League of Extraordinary Human Beings, this is going to be my last moment here with you. Be a leader, not a follower. Lender, not a borrower. Always intend on doing the right thing and enjoy the massive week ahead. Hopefully, you took some nice little key elements away from today and be extraordinary. Cheers.